Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be working on some Essential Stencil transfers. This is our Stencil Sunday. So we've got a couple of the rub-on transfer packages here. And I'll go over this again in a minute. And we're going to be working in my current junk journal that I'm working on. So y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm going to get you guys pulled up since we're live so I can see comments. Hey, Dawn. Rewind. All right, got one of them. Let's see if the other one will cooperate. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. It's actually pretty here today. It's been so gloomy, but today is not bad. Okay, I don't know what that is saying. Oh, come on. Where's my live? You have to keep hitting refresh until it shows up. Oh my goodness. There it is. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be doing some rub-on transfers today. Probably a couple of different surfaces. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I don't really have a plan. All I know is I need to work on my journal. So, we're going to use transfers in my journal. And I am an ambassador with Essential Stencil. So if you use my code ARTROOM, you can get 10% off any of your purchases at Essential Stencil. So keep that in mind. My cat has great timing. Really, kitty? He was sleeping. This happens all the time. He's sleeping. I go live, and he immediately wakes up. Here, I'll show you. Oh, I think it'll let me do it. Let's see. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Sitting at the door. He's like, let me out. Oh, silly kitty. So I'm going to go let him out. Hold on. Didn't want to wake him up, so I never wake him up, but he always ends up waking up. Guess he hears me talking. I don't know. Sometimes he lasts through the whole live, but not often. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So I've got 3 pulled up here. So these are just some packages I have already. They're older versions, not super old, but they are still in stock. I looked before I chose them. So Rustic Summer Flowers. Got a lot of pretty flowers on there and some little bees. Let's see. A couple little bees in there. So those are cute. And then Spring Flowers and Butterflies. Also very pretty. And then I have a few left in my Vintage Birds. This one happens to be on sale right now, or at least it was yesterday when I looked, so I assume it is. But I only have a few left in here. I've used most of this pack, but I do have a few, so I might use. There's a bird cage in there I might use today. Okay, let's see. I know Bonnie. He's so sweet. He's my kitty. I love him, but he always does that. Let's see. All right, I think that's really all we need to talk about before I pull the camera up top. So, oh, no, I wanted to talk about one more thing. Oh, shoot, I didn't grab it. I can't really show you. So I just want to remind everybody that Essential Stencil's spring release goes on pre-order today. So if you haven't taken a peek at that, I have the link on my page somewhere in the top part of my posts. And just take a peek at that. I printed it out. I was going to show you guys, but of course it's in the other room. I didn't grab it. So those go on pre-order today, so make sure you grab them before they're out of stock if there's anything in there you want. And remember to use my code to get your 10% off. All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and pull the camera up top, guys. I hope I'm far enough out. I am for the journal. I'm just not quite for the stencils, but that's okay. We can show them to you. It's close enough. So let's see. What do I have? So I have 2 packs of these, so I don't even think I've opened that one. So for whatever reason, I ordered 2. I must have really liked them. So I cut mine up as I'm using them and put them in these little plastic thingies that I get from scrapbook.com. And just keep them in there. It helps. See, you don't have all those like loose pieces floating around in here. It just helps a lot. Let me see where I can put this bag. All right, bag. I'll put you there. I'll never find you when I'm looking for you. All right, so I know there's a lot of butterflies and stuff on here that I will use. So we're gonna pull these out. And then here's what's in here? Flowers, a bee. This has more bees. So the Rustic Summer has more bees. And the spring, what did I say? Spring Flowers has butterflies. No bees on that one. And then this one, the Vintage Birds, has birdies and butterflies. And of course flowers. So, but they got these little bird cages. That one's too big for my journal, but there is another one in here. And this is too big for my journal. Do have this size, and that will fit somewhere, so I'm thinking I'm going to use that. Might use some of these limbs. I'm thinking I'm going to hang it off of a limb if I can. That might fit on my page. We'll decide on which direction I'm going. So butterflies. We'll keep that little one. All right, we'll keep that for now. Something to keep in mind whenever you're using these packages, or even your other one, and you've cut your pieces, do make sure that when you put anything in there, you don't go in between the liner of a transfer, because you'll peel it apart and then it will stick to whatever you just put in there. The same thing happens when you've cut them and you're putting them back into your page. They can catch on each other and peel apart. See how that peels up? So just be aware to make sure that you've got them layered on top of each other so that doesn't happen. I've only had it happen like once, but it can happen. I've just learned to be more careful about it. All right, I'll keep this out. This has definitely got pretty butterflies. All right, I'm just going to keep it aside because I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I really don't. I just don't have a plan. Let's see. So pretty. I do like these. I like these a lot, and they don't look like they're AI. I really have a problem with AI, and some of the things now are, and so you probably won't see me using those, although I have gotten a few things that were not really intentionally, but it happens because so much is nowadays. But as an artist, I just have an issue with it, because, you know, artists like mine have their work that's technically just being stolen, and we can't really do anything about it, so there's that. Okay, what to do in this journal. So if you haven't been watching my journal lives, this is a nature journal I just started. It's kind of turned into a consignment journal because one of my viewers wants it. And she's pretty much said, it's mine. Send me an invoice. So I will most likely be just turning it into a consignment one. But we're going to work on it together. I did this little tag. So that was in a page. And then we got to find a page for this bird cage. I want to do this bird cage somewhere. Oh, I love those envelopes too, Bonnie. I never have enough of them. I need to order more. I'm always running out. I usually wait for them to be on sale. And they do go on sale quite regularly over there. So the nice thing about not having your signatures in is you can just kind of play with your pages wherever you want. I like it better personally. I'm just not sure where I want to put this. I added a page to this. This is out of an herb book. I came across it the other day and I was like, you know what? I'm going to add a page to that with that herb book because it was just very cool. I do like the birds there. I wonder how that would look behind it. That might be cool. Maybe I will do that. All right, let's leave that one there for now. I think it's light enough that it wouldn't interfere. You do have to watch your colors when you're putting transfers over the top because you want to make sure that you can still see it. That's also very pretty. I'm going to lean toward the birds right now, but that would be a second choice. I think I'm going to go with those little birds and just see how that works. It's a very vintage looking, like the old wallpapers that you see everywhere, this particular print. So I'm going to pull these two pages out. It just makes it easier for me to work on it. All right, set it over there. Whew, burning up. So now I have to decide how I want to do this. I'm going to cut out all those little pieces real quick. Hey, Angela. Let's cut these out so I can get a better look at it. Too close if you can, so you don't accidentally, when you're rubbing, grab that edge and pull it off, because I've done that myself once. So I do try to be careful. I'm not going to cut. Oh, I'll cut them because I might use them. All right, so let's see. So will this fit? Remember, you don't have to use an entire transfer. You can just use bits and pieces. I think I like the thicker one. I'll just cut off the end of it. All right, let me try that. And then, do I want a birdie in there? I kind of do. I have to decide if I want transfer birdie or not. Let's see what I have left. I don't have a lot of birdies left. Where did my package go? Oh, there it is. Already losing stuff. I don't know what birds I have left in here. Let's see. It's a pretty bluebird. He's perched on something, so I'd have to figure out what to perch him on. We could add another limb in there or something. Possibly. He's a little big, though. So maybe not. He's a little big. This little guy. Maybe. I may have just a bird picture, too. He doesn't look like he would be in a cage. None of these look like they're not like finches. They should be more finches. You know? Or birds that could go in a cage. Way big. I don't think I have any of the finches left. Of the smaller ones, anyway. Oh, wait, here's one. There's a little goldfinch. How about him? No, because it's still too big. All right, let's see. What about that bluebird? It's like I have to decide if I want the tail to be outside. It's not a big deal if it is. There's actually the other one has the bird inside, but it's too big. It's got one of the little I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a house sparrow, but not quite. I don't know what kind of bird that is. So yeah, they stuck the limb inside. So I can't really do that with what I have. I could just throw a bunch of flowers in there too. Let's cut. Do I need more flowers? I don't know. I have a good variety of flowers there. What's this? There's a small piece. Could I fit that in there? Debating on how I could stick it in here that it kind of makes sense. Doesn't have to make sense completely, but you know. I might use one of the pieces off of that. So goldfinch, these are about the same size. I like the goldfinch. His tail's really long, so he's gonna... If I had a smaller one of these... Did you see a smaller one of these? I don't think I did. Yeah, no. Oh, there's one. His tail isn't as long. Although that goldfinch's tail doesn't stick out real far. He's definitely smaller. Maybe he's a better choice. What do y'all think? Goldfinch, bluebird, or whatever that is. Some sort of a finch, it looks like. Some leaves. I don't know if that's from this set. It looks like it's from the rose set. It might be from the rose set, which isn't available anymore. Too long. That's smaller. I might use that piece. Anything? I like the thicker one too. Yeah, you do? The thicker stick? Is that what you were talking about? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The comments come so far after I don't know what you're talking about half the time. Yes, okay. Well, that came quick. Usually they don't come back that quick. Do you have a preference on the birdie, Dawn? I got these three that will fit. They're not absolutely perfect, but they'll fit close enough. We'll make it work. The smallest birdie. Oh my goodness. This one piece is only fits in this envelope one way. This is too big. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, so set that there. think I can make this little notch work for that. So it would need to be, and I can trim it after, but I'm going to trim some of it now because then I'm less likely to waste it if I cut it in a place that I can use it better later. So I can use that piece somewhere. Okay, so that's for the top. We got to figure out how we're going to incorporate this little stem. And I can paint on this too. If it doesn't turn out exactly how I want, I can always paint on them afterwards. I've done that before. All right, so I'm debating if I want this before or after. Because that's going to be hollow there, I think. Let me look. I don't think it's white. It should be see-through. Yeah, it's see-through. So that'll be hollow. It would be ideal if I could feed it through there, but that's never going to happen. That isn't going to happen. Unless I cut this like in half and did the transfer and then stuck the piece over the top. I could do that. Maybe I will. Debating which part I would want in the front and which part I would want in the back. I think I'd want the little part in the back and the thick part in the front. It's hard to tell when you can't see through it. You have to try to visualize it. I think I'm going to try that. I think it'll work if I just do it in 2 pieces. So we are going to attempt to do that. Now, if you're worried about it, don't do it. Just throw it over the top. It'll be fine. But I'm going to attempt it. So I want that to be like that. So this would have to be, I have to think about this. So that's going to go over the top. So this would be over that. Yeah, this would be over. And then that would be over. Okay, so this first. And then I'll figure out the stick. So the stick, I think I'm just gonna, I thought about trying to angle it so it looks like it's coming from the bottom of the cage and not just floating in midair. Is it floating in midair? I don't know, maybe. And then put him right on this somehow. So maybe I'll try that. So I'm going to try to angle it right on that spot. Let's see if I can use my marker. I can't see through it, but I can kind of guesstimate and then hope it's about right. I think about there. It looks close. I'm just going to trim that. Yeah, I think that will work. Okay, so we'll put this first. We're going to hope for the best, guys. Don't y'all love it when I just do experiments? Oh my gosh, speaking of experiments, I don't know if y'all watch Louisa Heinzel. She's a lady I watch that does junk journaling too. She did a journal today, or a video today. I saw it today. I don't know when it was released. I think it was today. And she washed her journal, guys. She washed it. And she tells this whole story about going on a date and stuff, and then she's throwing all these ingredients into the journal. You've got to watch it. It's That's the name of her channel. It's a YouTube channel. It's Louisa Heinzel. And thinks she might call it art journaling or something, but she washed it purposely. Watch it. I'll write it in there later because it's hard to. Here, I have it right here. One of my makers I follow. So can you see this? Just screenshot it or something. Her. She's German. But she speaks English, so. She speaks English really well, too. She's totally self-taught, which impresses me because I cannot learn a second language for anything. I tried to learn Japanese for a long time and I just kind of failed at it. So I'm just using this stick. This is what I call my transfer stick. These come with this little plastic thingy. And you can use this if you want. For me, it's too hard to hold. My hands have tendonitis, and this just works better. This is literally just a piece of craft wood that I got from Dollar Tree, and I sanded the edges smooth. Okay? And this is just what I like to use. It's got nice, good grip and all that. But it's a hilarious video, Bonnie. She's awesome. If you don't follow her and you're a junk journaler, you got to follow her because her and, oh my gosh, there's so many, but her and Barbara, which I did the Defemember with, those two, they're amazing. And then there's a lot of others I like. Too many to even name. Gosh, there's so many I watch. In my YouTube, I have a section that's called junk journaling. I think that's what I called it. And if you go to that section of my YouTube, it's got like all the people that I like to watch on there and several of their videos that are very handy if you're, especially if you're just starting out. And I just made like a little playlist of it. Okay, let's see how this is going. So you just want to start at an edge, and then as you're peeling it, you want to just look through it. So lift it up and look through and see if any of the transfer is still there. If it is, lay it right back down and rub it some more, okay? And if it's not, then you just go ahead and pull it up. But just go slow so you make sure everything released, okay? And I just started an edge and kind of look. Especially on something this large, you're bound to miss little pieces. It just happens. But I always give it just one rub over first, and then I just kind of do it like this and lift. Hey, Deborah. And you can kind of usually tell if it's not released because it's a little harder to pull. So if you feel like it's hard to pull, chances are it's not quite off. Okay, so see, you want it to be clear. If it's clear, you got it all on there. So there's that. That shows through very nice. I like that on that bird print. I think that's pretty. All right, so where is our stick? Let's try the stick. Is this one? Yes. Let's see if we can do this. Hopefully I didn't go too high on my bird cage. I almost did. I think I can fit enough of it on. I might have to trim it again, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll trim it as we go. So I do this, and then I'm going to lay the other piece on top and hope it works if I don't lose that other piece. So I'm going to try to get this right in that area there because I think that'll look best. I think right there. And I don't want that to stick to anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and just trim that edge real quick. This is going to stick to everything. Oh, where's my tweezers? See if I can pick that up. away. All right. So I know I've been doing a lot of junk journaling, but guys, I just love it so much. I haven't painted in forever. I really need to do a painting. I keep saying that, and I just haven't. Honestly, I'm having trouble finding one I want to paint. I found a couple of birds, but gosh, I do so many birds. I love birds, but I can't just paint birds. Well, I suppose I could, but, you know, that wouldn't be fun. Little bitty pieces. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right, there. So now we got that piece on there. Am I zoomed in enough here? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Remind me to zoom back out. Move this where it's in the view. Okay, that's better. I know it gets so hard to see if you're like me and can't see anything up close anymore. Where's my tape? Sorry, I just got to add a little piece of tape so I don't forget that I am zoomed. All right, so now I'm going to take this little piece that we cut and try to, first I got to figure out which direction it goes. Is it that way? Yeah, that looks right. All right. Lining it up might be a challenge. I'm going to use my tweezers. Okay. Because once it touches, that's it. Wherever it hits, that's it. So I'm going to try to get it. And it's way away from my body, so I can't see real well. Okay, I think I got it. Now, sometimes they don't go over other transfers super well. Sometimes they stick fine. I don't know why. Chances are I will probably throw a matte varnish on this after, just to make sure everything stays where it's at. Let's see if that's coming loose. There we go. So now it is inside that little limb. Okay. So, see? So now it looks like it's in there. It makes more sense than just sticking it over it. Stay where you're supposed to stay. I keep trying to move. All right, so let's figure out this and this. And I could do the same thing and go under the bars, but I don't know that I will. I may just try to put it, I could split it and go over a bar, or I could just paint the line back over it on this one, because it's going to be almost the same color, so it's not going to show a lot. I might make that a little bit shorter. Try and figure out where I can set him. I'm going to set him on the end here. I think about there. So that's going to need to be just a little bit shorter. Ideally, you want to make sure that you cut it before, because once I stick it, then there's no way I'm cutting it. So I'm just trying to see where I can hit him. I don't want him so high that he's not in the cage. And I'm trying to get his tail to be in there too. There's the edge and there's the edge. If I can keep his tail in there, he'll look like he's where he's supposed to be. I think about right there. All right, that looks about right. So let's see if we can figure this out. I'm going to try to just hold it and look underneath it. Looks like about right there. All right. Okay. I'll probably just, maybe I'll paint this one. It's got the little leaves too, which I could cut the leaves off, but I'm not gonna. Maybe they're sticking out a little bit. Or maybe the limb is magical. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, guys. Yeah. I'll probably just paint a slight line there to make it make a little more sense. And I'm not going to worry about the leaves, because the leaves could be growing through the cage. They're long leaves and they grow through the cage. That's fine. Okay, let's see if that is loose. All right, there's that. So I'm not going to paint it yet. I'm going to finish the bird first, and then we'll paint it or something. It's cute already. It is cute. I think it's a good choice for that paper. All right, let's figure out where the little birdie goes. Like I said, I'm going to try to get them inside those bars as best I can. His tail might hit a little bit. Okay. Just fits. And technically the little feet and stuff would be on the other side, but if it really, really bugs you, you can just paint it. If you're like me and you're okay with painting, if you're not okay with it, just leave it. Nobody's going to notice. Only people that are OCD like me will notice. That's just the truth of it. His little beak isn't lying down. Stay on there, little beak. Okay. There we go. So that is cute. So this little stick, I'll show you what I'll do. So I'm going to take this color brown that's on that, so probably some burnt umber and a little bit of white. I'm just going to use my Folk Art multi-surface satin because it'll pretty much stick to anything. So a teeny little bit of brown. Could even use a little gesso instead just to make it adhere even better. It'll keep it nice and matte. I'm just going to use gesso. You could use acrylic paint too, but I'm going to use the gesso. And then grab your little, if you have these little brushes from Essential Stencil, little liner brushes. If you don't have those, any kind of a liner brush is fine. I have lots of liner brushes. And then we're just going to take a drop of this brown, drop of this white. We're going to try to get a color that's similar to that bird cage, which is pretty much just burnt umber and white. It's actually a relatively easy color to match, okay? And then I'm just going to draw a line. Oh, if I get enough paint on there, I'll draw a line. Do it again. Okay, and I'm going to draw a line where that bird cage is, so that I'm over that stick. I could even do that right here on this leaf. Like I said, it's not as big of a deal on the leaf because it could go on the outside too. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's very little painting, guys. It's like one tiny little stroke. Don't freak out about it. Some of you get scared when I talk about painting. All right, let me make sure you guys can see. All right, see? Now it's inside. Just one little bitty line is all it needed to put it in that cage. Okay? So that's all you do. It won't take but, like, it's dry already. It dries super, super fast. And the acrylic paint will stay on there just fine, especially that Folk Art multi-surface satin, because it works on plastic and glass and everything else. I would imagine Fusion would work as well. Any kind of a multi-surface type of paint is fine. That just happens to be the one I like. All right, so there's the little birdie. We're going to add some flowers and some butterflies. Let's pick out some butterflies and get some of these plastic pieces. Guys, you can save these plastic pieces, the larger ones. They are great if you are trying to save some tape or anything temporarily. Like a lot of times, if I use a piece of tape and I only use it for a brief minute, I'll just throw it on something like this and set it aside, and then I can pull it off and use it. And there's other things I use these for, but they do come in super handy for things like that. So if you're like me and frugal, you know, save them. Don't save all of them. Just, you know, save a couple of pieces here and there. But they work really well. Oh, thank you, Dawn. I appreciate the stars. All right, let's see where we can put some flowers. These are a good color, too, I think. I'm going to look at some of the other ones on my other set here. Let's see. I like the greenery on this. Might do a couple of pieces of that greenery. Where's the one that's already open? See if there's any in there. Probably is. Yeah, there are. Okay. I like this greenery. Let's see if I can find a place to put it. Maybe not. I'm going to just add these to this limb up here. There's another one. There. Then a butterfly. It's a little bit big. Let me see if I have a smaller one. I could throw just some greenery inside there, maybe. Big butterflies, big butterflies. I like this color. And the butterfly can be on the outside of the cage too. It might show a little bit, but even if it did, you could touch it up if you needed to, but it depends. They don't always show. Sometimes they're dark enough they don't show through. I like that color though. Let's see what else. Nothing really. So one butterfly there. I need another smaller butterfly. Oh, I wonder if I could set him on the cage. Trying to see if he would attach somewhere. And I could have probably just covered up that spot too if you didn't want to paint. I'm debating if I can set him somewhere that makes sense. He's a little far out for the edge of the cage, and if I put him up there I won't be able to have my flower up there, so maybe not. I don't know what that noise is. There's some sort of a noise. I might have to yell at my dear husband. I think it's gone hard of hearing. He's worked in the music industry way too long. Debating if I want to balance that out with a flower on the bottom. I could just lay it there. I don't know if I want to lay it inside. I'm debating, guys. I know. You have to put up with me debating. Sometimes I'm indecisive. This little purple one's pretty too, isn't it? It's pretty. I'll use these somewhere. I'll probably use them throughout this journal a lot because they are so pretty. I'm trying not to, when I'm messing with these, I'm trying to make sure that I stack them and don't do what I said earlier, because it will for sure mess them up. I got one really long one in there. We'll put them up later. I'm just going to set them aside for now. Oops, I'm dropping them everywhere. They're slippery. Slippery little guys. All right, let's set you over here. Maybe here. No, right here. No places. All right, let's work on these flowers, and then I'll decide on the butterflies. There's another one with butterflies. Where is it at? I looked at, that was rustic? Was that rustic or spring? Spring. Where's the rustic one? Oh, there it is. Let's see what's in here. Oh, these are the bees. We'll save the bees for something else, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll save that first. I don't think it needs a bee. We'll stick with butterflies. I'm just not sure which ones. This might be too much. I like the blue one, but this is a little big for there. Let me think about it. Let's do the flowers. I'm getting all sidetracked. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Okay, so we're going to attach this somehow. Just debating on how I want to attach it. I like it to touch. That way it looks more natural. This one might be on the wrong side. Do I have one on the other side? I don't know. I could probably, I'll do it down like that. Let's see. Right about there. That's good. And then this butterfly. And I could paint that just a little bit if I was super worried about it. Let me see how thick this looks. Sometimes you can tell once you peel it. Yeah, see how white that back is? Chances are that's not going to show through. And if it does, it'll be very little. Yeah, just a teeny, teeny bit. But that's okay because butterfly wings are thin anyway, right? That's my logic. So, can I fit some of these inside here? I think I can. I might take off that edge though. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Try to get it inside. Do I want the limb or not? I'm debating if I want that part. I don't think I do. I think I just want just a hint of flowers down there. Let's try this. That's good. There we go. Hint of flowers. Very nice. But you can see how using the transfers in a journal or on a card, you know, this could be a card that you're sending. If you don't journal, this could be a card. Make a, you know, Mother's Day card or birthday card or something. This would be very pretty as a card, you know. And it's always nice to get handmade cards. People don't do that stuff as much as they used to. And when you do get something like that, see, I just went under that because it was too close. I think it's okay, but that's what happens. If the plastic is really close, you have to go slow and be careful because you'll pop it up before it's ready to be popped up. I think it's okay though. Just double check. Yeah, I only lost a teeny bit of it, so it's okay. Because sometimes when they pop up like that, for whatever reason, they don't want to adhere after. I don't know why. Oh, come on, flower. Cooperate. Nope. There you go. Okay. Let's see if this one did. Let's turn it sideways. I'm still zoomed, right? Yeah. Y'all yell at me if I get out of camera. I tend to forget I've zoomed in. I try putting the tape to remind me, and sometimes I write notes, but sometimes I just forget. There's that. It's very pretty. Let's get the butterfly. And his little antennas are really close, so I'm going to try to be careful. If something happens and your little antennas don't come off, because sometimes that happens with the little teeny pieces, you can just paint a line. Draw a line with a thin marker, you know, if you really want antennas. Because antennas and little bitty fine pieces like that can be challenging with transfers. I'm not going to lie. You just got to go real slow and double check it as you go. Lost a little bit right there. All right, I might draw that line back. Like I said, it's not, didn't want to come off right there. Okay, that's enough. I think it's fine. I only lost a teeniest little bit of it, but you can't even really tell. All right, so one more flower. Y'all don't need tweezers if you have fingernails. I just don't have fingernails. Oh, come on, leaf. Why aren't you cooperating? Okay, there. And we got flowers on the bottom of the cage. So very pretty. I like it. I think that looks good. If you wanted, you could add words or things like that, sayings with stamps or labels or whatever. I don't really think I have any close to me right now that would work. I'm gonna be making some nature labels. I think I'll make a set of them, put on my page, because I don't have enough nature labels. I'm just seeing if I have anything. Any of these stickers. I don't think there's labels in any of these stickers. Let me look. I know I'm zoomed out, so you can't really see what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't see anything. It doesn't really need it, but you can add things, you know. Let me zoom back out. All right, so there's a page, and so that's a very pretty page in the journal. And, you know, it's more of an art page, but all journaling items don't have to be, you know, journaling spots or tucks. Some of it can just be art that you like looking at. So don't feel like that you always have to do that. So I like that. All right. How long did that take? About an hour? That's good. So that is how you can use transfers in your journal. I don't think I'm going to do more because I'm trying to keep my Stencil Sunday Lives a little bit shorter because I was getting a little bit crazy on the time. Some of you were like, I don't have that much data. I can't do it. I'm like, okay. So I'll keep it smaller for you. So remember, if you want to purchase any of these stencil sets, you can purchase them with my ARC code at essentialstencil.com and get you 10% off. But the bird one is, I feel like it was on sale for like, I don't know, like 9 something is what I'm thinking. So y'all grab that if they're still in stock. They were when I looked, because it's a beautiful little set. So I would grab that. All right, back in there, and we are gonna call it done. And I'll probably put something over here, maybe a pocket with a tag that is related later on. And so it goes in there, and we've got our pretty little decorated page. Okay, and I'll be sewing these in later for anyone that's new and does not realize that. Where's my little clips? I have to keep clips handy because nothing wants to lay down when I'm working on it. We'll just stick that there for a second. You stay? Okay. All right, there we go. So, transfers and journals. Make a pretty little decorated page. All right, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will be back on Wednesday working on this journal some more. I'm going to be working on this journal Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time if you want to watch me work on it some more. And I will see you then. Y'all take care.